This is the Chrissy B Show, a program aimed at looking after our mental health and well-being, and I'm your host, Chrissy B. Now, as you might know, we regularly treat our viewers to a bit of pampering here on the show, and last week we had the pleasure of making over Candice Latouche, who got quite depressed because her career didn't quite go according to plan, and she told us all about how she managed to turn things around. And today we have another lovely guest who's going to be telling us her amazing story. When she was a teenager, she was rushed to hospital, fell into a coma where doctors came close to turning off the life support machine. But then something happened. Some would call it a miracle. So she'll be telling us all about that later. Now, do you believe in miracles? Let's take a look at what people in our street chats had to say.
Do you believe in miracles?
I do.
Could you give me like one example of a miracle in your life?
A miracle in my life? Having my daughter, I think.
Do you believe in miracles?
Not really, no.
I do. So, how do you think they happen?
I don't know, it's the act of the universe, not God.
Really?
Universe, yeah. Something magical happens and miracles happen. But that's just fate, that's not religious. That's fate.
I just think everything happens for a reason, and that's just the way it is. It's really skeptical and boring, isn't it? But I think that's just how it is.
So, do you believe in them or not?
Oh, sure.
So, have you had any miracles in your life before?
Yes, I had a lot of miracles in my life, really good miracles. So people said I couldn't get pregnant, and here is my 12-year-old. All of a sudden, miracle happened. Didn't know what kind of job I would have. I got an internship in Anchorage, Alaska. So there were a lot of miracles. It was just, I met people, all of a sudden they appeared in my life and they offered me new jobs or new opportunities in my life that I would have never thought about.
Wow, thank you so much. Have a nice day.
You too.
Well, we also have some opinions in Twitterland about miracles. Justin posts, out of difficulties grow miracles. Sydney B says, hope is the mother of miracles. Sanria says, never give up on anybody. Miracles happen every day. And Sarah says, this is a beautiful day to be alive. Celebrate the small miracles and be filled with gratitude for all of life's gifts. So I agree with all those comments there. So before Audrey tells us her remarkable story, we'll be treating her to a lovely makeover. And today this will be done by the lovely Sani Sorma. And actually, you could be the next person getting spoiled. Let's take a look at this.
Do you know someone who deserves a makeover and would like to tell their story? Perhaps it's someone who's going through a hard time, or is always thinking about other people and not about themselves. Let us pamper them here on the show. And you can even nominate yourself. Get in touch with us via our website, chrissybshow.tv, and you or your friend could be the next person getting spoiled and sitting on the sofa having a chat with Chrissy. And the pampering could continue because every month we give away a fabulous gift of a spa treatment courtesy of the luxurious Thai Square Spa in Trafalgar Square. You will feel like royalty, so don't delay. Get in touch today.
Well, also coming up on the show today, we'll be speaking to fashion stylist Cynthia Liza Gregoire, who'll be talking shoes and accessories, which can, of course, work miracles in making your outfit look great. And we'll also be taking a look at the story of a woman with different physical and mental health issues who changed her life through being healthier. And later, I'll be sharing 3 points to make something happen. But first, it's the news with the lovely Helena Shard. Welcome to the show, Helena.
Thank you, Chrissy.
What about miracles today?
I know, miracles. Miracles mean so many different things.
Yeah, they do.
I like simple things like life and nature and everything.
Yeah.
But so I've got some inspiring and heartwarming stories from around the world.
Oh, lovely.
So beginning with, we've been talking about the Rio Olympics, but obviously all the athletes are incredibly inspiring to everybody, which is really exciting. And Adam Peaty, he's 21, he set the new world record, winning gold with his breaststroke, 100 metres breaststroke. And he was the first person to get a medal. But the funny thing about him, I mean, he's great. I don't know if you've seen him do his press-ups.
No.
Amazing. He almost flies through the air. He's not doing it on the floor. It's simply amazing. Anyway, but the funny thing about it is his grandmother, Mavis, was talking to the press recently and was talking about how he used to be incredibly fearful of water, to a point that they were screaming all the time. And when his mum took him swimming, it took a long time. He was screaming. So to see him, come this far is quite exciting. And the funny thing about Mavis as well, she's actually an internet sensation, and she is #OlympicNan. And she was like so excited when he won. So it was a really good, fun story. But also the refugee team, which was something nobody really knew about the refugee team. It's something happened.
I didn't know about
it was a nice touch. But teenager Yusra Mardini was the first person to represent the refugee team, and it was amazing to see the team as they came out and everyone was screaming. It was really lovely. But she basically, at 18 years old, her dream was to be in the Olympics, but she had to come across from Syria, and she had like a 25-day huge battle to get over, but she helped so many people, because there were like 20 people at one part of the journey, 20 people in a dinghy, and the engine broke. But because she was a trained swimmer, her and her sister, they managed to drag the boat to shore, which is amazing. But they were exhausted. It was something like 3.5 hours, but saving everyone's life. But now to come this far, I mean, good for her. And her dad's excited, everyone's excited. She knew she wasn't going to win because she was training for the Tokyo Olympics. But to get that was amazing. So that's really exciting.
Story.
Yeah, and moving on now to a heroic German Shepherd police dog called Nero. And he unfortunately broke his neck in 2 places. And he was with his handler and they were chasing a suspected mugger, and he sort of leaped over a fence and didn't realise there was a huge, great big drop. Broke his neck in 2 places, but is on the mend now, which is lovely. No, it's a nice story. So he's doing really well, thanks to Roebuck Vets, and it's PC Clive Warnken is very, very happy. But obviously he's doing well. And another one as well, a man was reunited with a stolen dog during a search. That sort of gives away the story, but his German Shepherd dog again was stolen from his back garden. This was in Canada. So he did a massive search and was really disappointed, couldn't find him, and then decided to look for another dog. And of course, when he was looking for another dog, found him. He was almost like in a home. It was just an amazing. So that was his miracle.
That is a little miracle, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because once something's gone, normally you don't expect it to be. Yeah. Especially when it's a pet and they've run away or been stolen or something. So really lovely. Another one which is a little, I'm going to talk about it anyway because it's something which is really common now, and I don't know whether we've done a show on it, but the return of slave branding. So it's modern day sex traffickers bringing back vile practice as girls tell how they're forced to get tattoos of their pimps and everything, and it's a story really about the tattoos which are emblazoned on these poor girls all over their body, and it's ownership. And they put crowns, bags of money, pimps, initials, but these huge, I mean, it must be so disempowering. It's horrible, but it's a nice story about Jennifer Kempton, who's a founder of Survivors Inc. And she is a survivor of sex trafficking. And the one thing that she found was that although she was moving on, the tattoos obviously kept her in that place, and she wanted to find her own new identity. So she was raising money to help other women get rid of the tattoos. So it's a very simple thing, but really quite empowering. She'd make a great guest for this show.
She would, wouldn't she? I think it would be a very good, very, very good show. And also as well because Theresa May introduced the Modern Slavery Act in 2015, and so much has happened. I mean, they've caught so many people. But anyway, I won't go on too much about it, but it is a good story.
We'll definitely cover a topic.
Yeah,
I think it's in our list of future topics.
Absolutely. So the parents of Honey Ray Phillips, she was born, little Honey Ray Phillips, her daughter was born with a huge birthmark, and the parents actually decided to, because she was being stared at, I mean she was only 18 months old, because she was being stared at so much, they decided to get replica ones on their legs, just to sort of make her feel more, you know, part of it, which I think is quite, I don't know what I think about it, but I think it's a good thing. So that's really lovely, and they were from Grimsby. Now moving on to keeping blood stocks up. So with blood donations rates declining all over the developing world, Sweden's blood service is investing in new technology. It's very simple. It's because what they're doing is they're sending out texts. So blood donors in Sweden, they not only get a thank you text, they also get a text if their blood has helped someone.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is amazing, isn't it? Which is really, really good.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've given blood actually, but I don't fit too well with it because I always end up almost passing out. I don't know why. But I'd still do it, but I just have to lay down and have lots of biscuits and orange juice before I
that's a treat, isn't it? It's a treat. Now moving on, Dan Ely, I don't know if you've seen in the news recently, a lovely young man. He unfortunately had a diving accident in South America, which was in 2009. But he was paralysed from the shoulders down, and the doctor said he's not going to have any quality of life. He couldn't, move. He'll never be able to walk. There wasn't a miracle which made him better in that sense, but at his lowest point, he struggled to find a reason to wake up. So he was really low. Very giving guy, and it just suddenly happened, and he had to deal with it. But with the support with family and friends, he decided to give life another go, and he turned his dreams in starting a charity into reality, which is very good, which is like a children's street charity, but not just for here, it was for abroad as well. And it's nice that also there's a national citizen service, and 15 to 17-year-olds are taking part. And what they're doing is they're making ideas for activities. It's basically fundraising for younger children, which is great. So now he's really motivated. He's motivated, and the charity's growing, and he's talking about, all he's thinking about is moving forward. That's what he's doing. And just a quick one. This is in China, so it does sound a little strange. So student Zizu, who's 18, has carried his disabled friend Zhang Qi, 19, to class for the past 3 years, which is really sweet. They struck up an incredible friendship when they became students in northern Jiangsu in China, and it just is very inspiring for people.
Beautiful, isn't it?
So I will end on that.
Yes, that's a lovely one to end on. Thank you so much, Helena.
Thank you, Chrissy.
We'll see you again soon. Thank you. Right guys, so just before the break, and to remind you, our wonderful viewers, that we love receiving your comments about the show. And here's one we received via our website from Anne Cunningham, who watched one of our shows on YouTube. Now she says, I found this last night and I think it's the best show ever put on TV and could help so many people out there. I lost my baby girl in January 22nd, 1976. I have never really talked or opened up to anyone. Anyway, I loved your show. Good night and God bless. Best wishes, Anne. So thank you so much, Anne, for that comment. And if you guys have anything that you'd like to say to us, or maybe you've watched one of your shows and it's helped you, maybe you have some feedback for us, anything like that, please do share your comments, and you can also ask questions too. So you can get in touch via the website, which is chrissybshow.tv. You can also tweet us at chrissybshow, or leave a message on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show. So after the break, we'll be speaking to fashion stylist Cynthia Liza Gregoire, who'll be talking shoes and accessories, which, as I said earlier, can work miracles in making your outfit look fab. So don't go away. Welcome back everyone to our program, and today we're discussing miracles. Now miracles can take place in all sorts of situations, and they mean different things to different people. So we're going to be talking about how certain accessories and shoes can work miracles on an outfit, and I have fashion stylist Cynthia Liza Gregoire with me. How are you, my lovely?
I'm very well tonight.
Now we are extremely excited because, I mean, tell everybody how you managed to come across these beautiful accessories here in front of us.
Oh, well, actually I got my first magazine editorial in a couple days, Chrissy. So that basically means that I'll be styling a magazine shoot. So what stylists typically do is they call out to businesses and say, hey, I'm doing a shoot. If you have anything that you think you'd like published, give me a shout. So after phoning about 50 people or 100 people, a couple have come through, and it's just really kind of cool how, these things end up in your hands.
And I have to say, we've delayed the whole crew today because we were going through the bags of all these lovely accessories, and we were so excited because it's like we're like kids in a sweet shop because everything was just so beautiful. And we have our favorites, which we'll be speaking about in a moment, and also we have vegan shoes over here as well.
Absolutely. So part of these little goodie bags that I received all week, these ones had shoes in them. So imagine somebody's just sending 4 shoes to your door, 3 shoes to your door from all over the world, and
that's lovely.
Open these little packages and this is what we see.
All right, so before we go through everything, and you sort of maybe tell us some tips on where we can sort sort of wear these things. What can accessories do for an outfit?
Well, basically accessories are kind of the last thing on your outfit, right? It's like you dotting the I, you know, you're putting that last bit of like fine tuning on an outfit, that last little bit of glamour. Or if you're wearing something very plain, people use accessories like shoes or sunglasses or bracelets or necklace to divert, you know, away from the fact that maybe you're wearing a faded pair of leggings or whatever. And you want the attention here, or just jazz up an outfit basically.
Okay.
So what would you like to talk about?
Let's start
first?
with the shoes.
The
first,
shoes?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a vegan brand, Chrissy, of shoes, and they are called Beyond Skin, and they are located in Brighton. And basically, they're focused on making very vintage-looking modern shoes, right? So for this upcoming autumn-winter 16 season, these are some of the things that you'll start to see in stores. What do you think about these, Chrissy? These are a sort of a mid-calf.
Lovely. They're really nice, yeah. Classic boot, isn't it, really? Yeah.
Absolutely, and black, and just, you know, pretty much goes with anything, and you can put it with a trench coat or just a dress, jazz up a dress, for instance. These are a favorite shape of mine. These ones are the Mary Janes, and these ones have a bit of a T-strap on them. Do you wear shoes like this, Chrissy?
I haven't done, to be honest, no.
Yeah, I love this shape.
Are they comfy?
They are.
I suppose because they've got the platform as well.
Yeah. Do you like the shape of them? They're quite
they're quite nice. They're cute.
Yeah, they are super cute. They're my favorite out of what was sent by fabulous Natalie. So a call out to Natalie at Beyond Skin. And some monochrome.
Those are lovely.
Little booties. Yeah, those are great.
We did monochrome last week, didn't we?
I think so.
Yes,
a couple weeks ago, for sure. So anyways, ethical shoe company, right? And they're really concerned with the materials that they use in their shoes and how they're produced, and that people are paid fair wages and things like that, because
That's
there's
really
that side of fashion as well that isn't so ethical. So.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Lovely. Okay, so tell us about these lovely accessories now.
These ones here.
We have our favourites, don't we, Cynthia?
Oh boy.
Or actually, we had quite a few favourites.
Quite a few, and we're opening this lovely bag from Jessica. Wow, that's all we could say.
Thank you, Jessica.
We felt like we were kids in a candy shop. Basically, the editorial I was telling you about, Chrissy, has a color theme. So I had described to Jessica, here are the colors that this magazine wants, send accessories in that color, because I have nothing this color. And because she sent me, you know, accessories with the nice turquoise there, it adds that dash that I was missing to all my shirts and pants and shoes and all that kind of stuff. So basically what we're seeing again is lots of like this beading and, you know, the tassels.
It's up for everyone to see. That's lovely, that is. I love the colours, the beading, so many different things, but it works so well together.
They're a London brand as well. Yeah, they're really nice, really local and really nice. Gorgeous colours of the beads. I mean, look at this one, Chrissy. How many different outfits could you be wearing and that would go with it? Yeah. You know, would look amazing, jazz up white or a black outfit.
Even like a white t-shirt, like casual, would look
absolutely
lovely on that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Like, you know, the bracelets as well too. I like taking bracelets like this and just doubling or tripling them. And you can use the different, you know, I've picked a few in the gray family. You can try mixing the silvers with the golds. You like that look. I mean, that's one of your favorite pieces there, isn't it? So
actually, yes, I have my own. This is my own is Amadori as well. This bracelet, which I purchased myself because I absolutely love this bracelet. I haven't actually worn it yet. That's the thing. It's new.
It's too nice.
It's new, but I love the tassels at the bottom and everything when you do it up. Yeah, it's lovely.
Gorgeous.
I love that. Just need to find something to wear it with.
Anything. That could go with the dressy, that could go with casual.
I'll just keep it on then, shall I?
Okay, anything. I brought my favorite accessory as well, and I think that a pair of sunglasses work very quickly to hide the fact that maybe you're not wearing eye makeup or whatever. You just woke up.
I do that.
But I was just thinking about this, Chrissy, as I grabbed these. You told me to bring my favorite accessory. You know, we're walking past all the shops and it's saying, you know, new season, new style, and businesses are really trying to get you to sort of buy new right away, but go back in your old stuff, and there's a few gems in there. My father actually bought me these, and so they're special for me in that way, but they are a monochrome, you know, glass with just a little star detail there. So
you said it was your dad's birthday today.
Actually, yeah, well, it is.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Dad!
Aww. Now, can I just pick one out as well, because this was one of my favourites that came. I don't know if you guys can see this on the close-up. But this is so gorgeous. Got 2 different colours of
Yeah.
blue there, the
And the
gold and the
tassel.
tassels.
This
and
would go with this dress,
Yeah, I wouldn't
actually.
be able to wear my silver accessories with it, but it actually goes, I love this.
Very nice with the
Beautiful.
draping there.
I love that.
That's really nice.
I love accessories, one of my favourite things. What, did you bring any of your other favourites today?
Actually, well, I'm wearing
shoes.
a pair of
let's
shoes.
have a
So
look
I was
at your
going to
shoes.
talk, well, you know, we were saying about those Mary Janes. These are one of my favorites, and they're basically a Mary Jane as well. So these ones are from Whistles, and I phoned all over the UK to get the last size.
Oh, did you?
37. There's a big story behind these, but women will go crazy to get. But anyways, yeah, they're just a simple patent Mary Jane with an ankle strap, and I like to wear, you know, cropped jeans with them so that you can see that ankle detail.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that some of the jeans this season are shorter, so you might want to consider an ankle strap on your shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I show everybody my
Sure,
my
those are your
favourite shoes? I've got 2. I always like these red ones. I seem to get compliments every time I wear these red shoes. They're just very plain, simple ones, stilettos, but they're not very practical, I have to admit, but I think they do jazz up an outfit. And I also love my Ted Baker shoes, which I'm holding up here. Because of just the design, leopard print. It's like sort of a furry, fake obviously, furry kind of thing here. And then the silver detail, which I really love. I think it's different, so.
I love the color of them too. They're really easy
nice.
to put with, you know, anything really.
Yeah, love those.
Cool. And you have a couple bags, Chrissy.
Yes,
you brought
I have
a couple bags.
some of my fave bags. This one, I don't know if you guys can see it, which I think looks nice on a plain outfit. And what I love about this as well. Yeah, what I love about this is the gold chain as well, so you can wear it either way.
This is like an evening look.
Yeah, evening look. I love that one. And for businessy type things, I like just my plain, what do you call this, tote bag?
I love that one. Yeah.
Just this when I'm going for like a meeting or something like that, or something a bit more formal, and I maybe have a suit on or something like that. I love to take this bag.
Which, by the way, I would use this as an everyday bag.
Would you?
I love this one. Yeah.
I love this one. And just I do love colour, so that's another one of my bags here that I love. Which again, I haven't actually used yet. It's quite new.
You haven't used that?
No, I haven't used this one yet, but I'm just wondering, what would you pair that with?
The way you have it right now with the navy, it's quite nautical, right? It's quite, I like it like just like that. Or I would put it with denim. I really like a nice colored, bright colored purse with denim.
I love that.
You know, anything really. It's a hot summer night. Just go out with your red bag, that's for sure.
And I do like blingy jewelry, I have to say. So I've got my rings on here as well. This is I love Swarovski jewelry, and this one as well, which I've worn a few times on the show.
That is nice.
Love those. Yeah.
Cool. You know what? There is something that's missing from this display here. Can I tell the story about the show?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so we have another person who so graciously tried her hardest to get shoes to me on a Wednesday to a Friday from California, and they got caught up in customs or something like that, and they're going to get to me tomorrow by noon. But I'd like to shout out to Rebecca Mink of California. Thank you so much for lending me the 3 pairs of wedges that I needed for my editorial.
Yes.
And it's a shame that they're not here, and I wish I could show them off, because they are absolutely, she is the pioneer of vegan shoes. So maybe if I hold on to them another week.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to show them on the show.
But she has an amazing story as well, and I think that she'd be really cool on the show. She really showed perseverance in what she believes.
We'll definitely invite her on.
Definitely.
Cynthia, thank you so much. Talking all about accessories, and we're going to carry on looking at these during the break, aren't we, and taking out the other stuff from the bag. But after the break, we're going to be seeing Audrey's makeover and also hearing her story a bit later on. Hi, I'm Chrissy B, and my show is all about improving your mental health and being happy. Join me every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 10 p.m. on my channel Sky 203. Visit chrissybshow.tv for more information and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chrissy B Show. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Chrissy B Show, and on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show. Welcome back to today's program, everyone. And now we're going to meet the lady who was on her deathbed and then a miracle happened. Now she has been treated to a makeover. So let's take a look at her photo before her makeover. And here she is now. Hey. Absolutely beautiful. Do you love the look? Or do you love the look?
I love the look. Thank you so much. Sunny?
Sunny,
yes.
Sunny.
It's amazing.
So would you normally have your hair like that, or don't you tend to curl it?
No, I tend to leave it straight, wash and go.
Oh, okay.
But I love this. I'm gonna make an effort from now on.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad I've inspired you.
Yes,
See, another little miracle's happened.
I know. It's such an inspiration. I love the smoky eyes. Something that, you know, I'm trying still to do. I never really got it, but I'll get there.
Yeah, okay. All right, so now also we brought you on, Audrey, to tell your story. So there are some people that, you know, a lot of people do believe in miracles, but they see miracles in different ways. So like, for example, nature is a miracle and all those kind of things. But you've actually got quite a story. So let's take us back to when you were a child, when your issues first started.
Yes, well, I would say it started as soon as I was born, really. It was like 6 months old. Still, you know, a baby, and there was lots of complications with my health. I was anemic. I was turning blue. Yeah, I couldn't breathe properly.
Were you born early?
No, I wasn't premature, but I was born breached. I think it's where the head was like twisted. Okay. And they had to do a cesarean.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's what I've been told, that my head was twisted.
Okay.
So, but it was a normal delivery for my mom. But it was after that problems started, you know, happening, and it was really early days, and medical was, you know, was not so advanced, and nobody really knew what was happening with me. And my parents was like, oh, what should we do now? We, you know, they took me to the doctors and they couldn't find anything. They just kept saying.
What was actually happening to you? Because you weren't breathing. Was it breathing?
I was breathing properly. I was turning blue. I was pale. I was, you know.
Weak maybe.
At such a young age, you know, you can't tell if the baby is weak or. But they said probably I wasn't eating properly as well. But all I was told was that I was turning blue, and
that's terrible. I was just turning blue, but that's so serious.
Wasn't born a Smurf.
Oxygen, isn't No, you're not Smurf.
No, I'm not Smurfette. No, but yes. So that was what they were.
And then as you got older, what was happening then?
As I got older, I had to constantly be, you know, hospitalized. I had to be constantly on drips and things, and even.
What was your first memory of that, of being in hospital and stuff?
My first memory actually was when I was 6 years old, when I had to go for a major operation. Yeah, where they had to. It was a splenectomy, where they took out an organ called the spleen, and they.
At 6.
Yes.
Wow. Poor thing.
And at that time, it was, well, my mom got to know someone in the States, in America, so because I was born in Singapore, and they couldn't help me there. They didn't know what was going on, and they just left me.
I saw a photo of you with your belly really big.
Yeah,
was that the time?
That was at that time.
Can we bring that photo up on the screen, please? So you were 6 years old at this point.
Yeah, that was very embarrassing.
So that your belly's huge.
Yes. My grandmother said that I look pregnant, and
it does look, it does look like that.
And nobody knew what was happening with me. I wasn't blue then. I was brown and black. I was like grey, bloated, greyish, and was a horrible time. It was really
do you remember
scary.
If it was painful at the time?
The pain that I remember was the injections and the drips, and you know, the doctors trying to find my veins when I was young, and they were like poking me everywhere, left, right, and center. Wow. Yeah, my feet, my hands, they were just, you know, just stabbing me all the time. But that was at 6 years old, that was actually when I do remember going to the hospital in America, and getting the operation. And after that, it helped. I mean, it helped me a little bit. But after that operation, I was told that I had to be on a infuser, a pump, that I was, you know, it was going to be with me for like every day.
Oh dear. And actually, doctors said that you might not even make it past your teens, right?
Yeah. And that was basically like, there was no cure, there was no solution, and everybody was saying like, this is a, you know, it's a gone case really, basically. And that affected my parents a lot, because first of all, like, medical expenses was really high.
Yeah. Okay, so they couldn't afford it.
They couldn't afford it. My grandparents, they had to give up they had a business, they gave it up to look after me, and because my parents had to work.
Yeah.
And that caused a lot of strain as well for them. And well, eventually they separated, but that was a huge.
Some of the pressure, maybe.
I believe that there has
to be. Not to blame you, of course.
No, but they did say. I mean, they did say it's too much for them to handle.
Yeah.
And they couldn't really bear. Yeah. And of course, there was when pressure comes in, there's always arguments and blaming and
all sorts
things like that. So.
Okay.
It was quite a tough time.
So Audrey, this didn't stop actually, did it? Because when you were a teenager, something else happened.
No, the medical. I mean, medically, I was getting worse, and that was exactly what the doctors were saying. They said that I wasn't going to live past my teenage life. That was, you know, probably was like 16 or 17. They gave me that, you know, lifespan. And then at about that time when I think it was when I was 16, I just really developed different kinds of anemia, like hemolytic anemia.
It's like what they said was coming true.
Yeah.
They predicted.
I had different kinds of like complications due to the drugs, the treatment, and at a point of time, I was going to the hospital every week for blood transfusion.
Your schooling, your life in general. What was that like? Could you have friends? What was going on?
When I was young, I was isolated. Because I couldn't play, I couldn't. I couldn't do anything. It was like I had to be kind of like I couldn't waste my energy because I was so anemic. And so I was isolated. I had someone bringing me to school, picking me up.
So you couldn't make friends?
No.
So it's just you and...
And it was just me and the helper that was with me.
And how was that making you feel? What was going through your head?
I think at that point of time I thought, I'm just going to be different. Like, I'm never going to be like... do normal things. I will have to be, you know, totally different from people just because the condition I was having was just taking over my life. And that I didn't think I was sad, you know, too much.
Kind of I suppose you were in a sense used to it.
I was kind of like, I grew up with it, so I thought that was part of me.
Okay.
But after that, when it started getting worse, when I was, you know, when I couldn't go to school properly, and especially when you grow up, when you're a teenager, you see people having boyfriends, relationships, and then you think like, oh, you know, what is my future going to be like? What am I going to do?
Did you ever think you'd ever be in a relationship?
I always thought that nobody was going to accept me. And I thought like, you know, because I thought I wasn't thinking like I was alien, but I thought, okay, I can't be like what people are because of the condition of my, you know, my health and medically.
And plus you weren't predicted to live past 16, 17.
Yeah.
Tell us about that episode then.
And then I started, you know, my body started reacting to the medication and things, and it got so bad that I was given like chemo. I didn't take chemotherapy, but it was the medication of that kind. And I started losing my hair. I started, I actually was bald. I had to wear a wig, and I went to school with a wig. I felt so embarrassed because, and I was perspiring because it's so hot in Singapore. And I was with a wig, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is, you know, this is probably like the worst that I can get. But that wasn't the worst, because then I had a problem with the blood, and it was like, they said it was septicemia, was blood poisoning. I went into a coma.
You went into a coma?
Yeah.
How long for?
It was for 6 days. I was in a
6
coma.
days.
Yeah. That was like I believe it was like the last straw of everything. Because medically they were saying like I was going to be a vegetable, and there was no way that my condition was turning so bad rapidly that there was no way that there was going to be any recovery.
So they just gave up on you? They were going to turn the machines off?
Yeah, they were going to turn the life support off, because they said even if I came back, I would be brain dead.
Wow. But Audrey, you're sitting here.
Yeah.
And you are now how old?
38.
You're 30. She doesn't look anything close to 38, this girl. Honestly.
That was 20 years ago.
So what happened? They were at the stage where they were going to turn off the life support machines. So how come you're still here?
Well, that's the miracle, isn't it? That's the miracle that happened. Was my grandmother. She prayed a lot, and that was the best, you know, her prayers were answered. It was a complete miracle. There's no other.
This is the thing, because in this kind of situation, there was no hope whatsoever. You know, you weren't already predicted to live past 16, 17. You were in a coma for 6 days. Doctors had given up, but your grandmother didn't give up.
No, she didn't. She said
and her
no.
faith, the faith that she had that you could be well, and her faith in God.
Yeah.
You believe, and she believes, brought about this miracle. And I actually believe in miracles, like I'm going to talk about later. I really do. But you know, how can you explain something like this?
And the I mean, she was really amazed. She was like, we don't know. We don't know what's happened. But
so what happened? You just woke up? What was actually happened to you physically after your grandma intervened?
I don't remember the coma bit, but all I remembered was that I woke up. I was swollen. I was really puffy, and I just thought I was just awake. I was like, okay. I didn't even know that I went into a coma.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, because it was just. It happened all so quickly. I was at home. It was normal. I was just having breakfast. And then
it happened. And what did the doctor say? That they couldn't explain it?
There's no explanation. My explanation is the miracle, but there's no explanation.
Wow, that's amazing. Now tell us, Audrey, so you thought you would never ever get into a relationship. How's your love life?
Oh, I'm happily married. I've been married for 6 years to a lovely, lovely man.
Which we have photos of the two of them, which is lovely. So where can we bring those up on screen?
And that's,
there you are. Oh, look, that's so sweet.
That's another miracle.
Yeah. Why is that another miracle, Audrey?
Because, I mean, first of all, I wasn't going to live to get married. Yeah. And then,
Do we have your wedding pic? We've got a wedding picture of you, actually, as well, don't we? I didn't catch that one. Oh, so tell us how looking at that photo now, Audrey, how, so she giggles.
Oh my.
What's that like now, sort of seeing that you actually made it to your wedding day and beyond, and you're actually enjoying your marriage? What does what kind of memories does that photo bring back for you?
On that day, I was just amazed. I mean, I couldn't even, you know, sometimes people tell you vision, you know, yourself, what you plan to do in 5 or 10 or 20 years' time.
Yeah.
I didn't have all that. I didn't have that kind of vision. And those pictures just show like everything and anything is possible. You just have to believe, and believing that against all odds, things can happen. That alone triggers the miracle. I do believe that.
Audrey, I'm going to end it on that. I think that's a perfect thing to finish with. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's really been amazing.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Whew. Okay, guys, so after the break, we'll also be taking a look at the story of a woman with different physical and mental health issues who changed her life through being healthier. And I'll also be sharing 3 points to make something happen. And actually, Audrey spoke about one of them already, but I'll cover them anyway right after this break. Welcome back, everybody, to our topic, which we titled On My Deathbed and Then a Miracle Happened. And it was, of course, our makeover day. So if you're curious, if you've just joined us and you want to know what this show has been about, you can head over to our YouTube channel in a few days' time, which is Chrissy B Show, and catch this program there. And also don't forget to subscribe, because as we always say, there's lots of things there great for your physical and mental health as well. So when it comes to health in general, be it physical or mental, sometimes only a miracle can help. And I've actually been witness to miracles, and I really do believe in them. So where maybe doctors and health professionals sometimes say there's nothing more that can be done, or that the situation is incurable, there are people who still fully recover, and people can't explain why. And that's why I believe in the impossible, and that real miracles do happen due to divine intervention. I'm really a strong believer of that. But there are other miracles that take place when we decide to make things happen and change our lives. Let's take a look at this lady's story.
My name's Heatherson. My diagnoses are bipolar 2, which is mostly depression. Then I also have chronic PTSD. I had an unhealthy lifestyle prior to starting the program, so it has changed my life.
Clients with serious mental health issues, research shows that they die 25 years younger than the rest of the population. Through our program, they're learning to live longer and cut down that 25-year gap because they deserve that.
I came to Austin just over a year ago, but I don't know anybody here. So then it's even easier to sit at home and cuddle up with a bag of chips on the couch. I'm a binge eater. I was smoking since I was 16, a pack a day. I got to the point where I felt pretty miserable. I felt out of touch with my body. I knew there had to be a change. I'm getting ready for my mother to come visit.
Are you excited, or?
I am. I was a little intrepid also, but now I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. My name is Amy Cosgrove, and I work for Austin Traverse County Integral Care with the Chronic Disease Management Program. How is the tobacco cessation going?
It's going awesome. Morning is still the hardest. The coffee, cigarette thing.
Right, that ritual that you have. The goal of Chronic Disease Management Program is to help people with serious mental health issues live longer and have better quality of life. Talk to me about your nutrition. How's that going?
It's going really well. I think I had a couple bumps down and got really discouraged, but Rachel's always really helpful at just keeping me on track.
All right, well, which smoothie are we making today?
This crazy sounding pumpkin kale banana you brought me.
All right.
Chronic disease management, it's very different. This one looks pretty friendly.
That one looks good.
I'm not just changing bad habits, I'm actually gaining skills that make me not want those habits.
I know we've been thinking about ways to get more protein in too. You could do one of like the drinkable yogurt ones too if you wanted to do that. Nutrition is really important because it really affects the way we feel. So we need a can of pumpkin. I can show people suffering with depression or anxiety or bipolar or schizophrenia how food can really help them regulate their mood. Okay, we got bananas right here.
Now, I don't have a pantry full of crappy, cheap food that I eat because it's there and I'm depressed. I have a pantry full of a little bit of really, really good food that I get really excited I know is in there to eat. I only get one of these, so what you put into it matters.
And you're using the over-the-counter meds right now. You're using the gum and the patch, and you're down to the 14 milligram patch, so you're step 2. People with severe mental illness, they tend to smoke at a rate twice that of the general population. And people with certain diagnoses like bipolar disorder or major depressive disorder, 60 to 80% of those people will be smokers, and they will be heavy smokers. So it's very important that those who want to quit can get the support they need. And you tried to quit cold turkey before too, right?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
You know, there are very few people that will work for. There are some, but it's...
Well, you just start borrowing, because if I didn't buy it, then I'm not smoking, right?
You can rationalize a lot.
Martha, she recognized really quickly what I kind of already knew, that being a smoker is not an inherent characteristic of me. It's not my identity. I had asked my ATCIC case manager about getting into the YMCA.
She got the YMCA membership right away, but there's a lot of hesitation, a lot of anxiety.
Hey, Heather, you're just about finished?
Yes.
Heather, when I first started with her, she was not exercising at all.
2 miles.
Nice.
I think with any mental health condition, you already have unbelievable self-consciousness. Did you already check the area?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of beefcakes?
There is not.
Okay. Like, I could never go to the free weight section before. I just couldn't, because there were people over there, and they would see you, and I would look like a dumbass, and they would be laughing at me, because look at me.
Is that good?
Yeah. Heather was really amazing. She never said, well, you need to get over that. She was just really encouraging.
Go to 10. You got it. You got it.
By the end of working out, I feel good. I feel good every time.
12. Nice job with the breathing, too.
If I hadn't gotten into the CDM program, I'd be pretty miserable. I just know it wouldn't be this good. I started a thing a while back just on my own. When I start feeling super crappy, I have my 5-minute dance parties. And it sounds so silly, but it is really cool. Weird little things like that, yeah, you're comfortable in your body again.
So Heather has come a really long way since starting our program. She's really been more active, she's making better food choices, and she is really more confident so that she's able to try new things.
She really wants to get back into doing more art again. You know, she's such a creative person. That's a great outlet for her. It keeps her hands busy, keeps her mind busy.
One of the really cool things I like about their process is that they get together every week and they talk about all the clients. Everybody's on board with what's going on. They're always just so encouraging. I am excited about the changes in my life. I'm excited to be more competent. Feeling better physically helps you feel better emotionally. Absolutely, it's the two sides of your body tying together. It's leafy, but I like it.
So thanks very much to the Mental Health channel for that video, and if you want to know more about them, do head over to our website chrissybshow.tv and click on the contributors section and find them there. So now I'm going to be talking about 3 things that you need to make things happen. So the very first one, before you do anything else, is that you need to visualize it. So we've spoken before on this show, and also you can read in many articles online and everywhere that a vision board is a really, really good idea, because it just helps you have something. You have something in your head, but to actually put a vision board together and actually have pictures and be able to have something there that you can see every day really, really does help. Because if you don't visualize something first, how are you supposed to go for it? You need to have something clear in your mind before you do anything else. The second point is to take action. So this doesn't have to be massive things, and I'll just give you an example of something small that my husband did when I think we were at university, both of us actually, and we were on our gap year. And I remember he really wanted to buy one of those big expensive stereo systems, but he didn't have the money. We were students, we couldn't afford it at the time. And I remember that every week he used to go and buy a CD. But he didn't have a player. He just used to buy the CDs every week. He would, so he had like this stack of music CDs, and he didn't have anything to play them on. But what was he doing? He was already taking action towards that, because he believed that one day he would be able to, he would get the money and be able to buy that stereo system that he really wanted. You know, he started to buy the things to go with it already. And for me, I never ever forgot that example, because it was something small, a way that he was taking action, but it kept him kind of focused on his goal. Now, I know like buying a stereo system is not a big deal. It's not going to change your life. But in that small example, it kind of really stuck in my head. And obviously afterwards, he got a good job during the gap year. He actually paid quite a bit for like a student job for a year. And he managed to buy the stereo, and then he was obviously able to play all those CDs. So that's just a small example, but if you want to get anywhere, if you want to reach a certain goal, you need to do something towards it. It's not going to just fall into your lap, which actually takes me on to my third point, which is sacrifice. So you will need to work hard, and sometimes you might say to yourself that, you know, when I finish work, I'm just going to relax, I'm going to watch TV, maybe I'm going to go out for some drinks. So you're just consuming things, but you're not actually creating anything new. So yes, of course, so I always talk about on the show that you need to have your downtime, you need to have time to relax, but there are times that you will need to sacrifice certain things if you want to get anywhere in life. So whether that's extra research, whether it's going out and doing a course in something, or to get a second job for something, whatever it is, if you want to reach certain goals and if you want to make things happen, you will need to sacrifice somewhere along the line. It's a universal law. And you know, the mistake a lot of people make is that they just wait for things to happen. They think, oh, one day my luck will change, one day something will happen, and most likely it's not going to happen unless you provoke this action, unless you provoke something to happen in the first place. Okay, so those are my 3 points for today, and we have reached the end of today's program. But if you would like to participate on this program through maybe a makeover, or you have a story that you would like to share, you can head over to our website. We have a form there that you can fill in. The website address is chrissybshow.tv. You can also tweet us at Chrissy B Show, or leave a message on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show. And if you want to know more about me and how I overcame depression and panic attacks and everything else, which everything was a miracle for me, you can head over to my personal website, which is mylifeafterdepression.com. Until next time, bye-bye for now.
It was amazing, Chrissy. Thank you so much. As you can see, my new look, I've got smoky eyes, curly hair, and it was a brilliant show. Thank you.
So like some weirdo. A little bit, but. And actually, you could be the next person getting spots, because, oh, no.
3, 2, 1.
Well, we also have some different views in Twitter land, and Justin posts, out of miracles grow, sorry, again. All right, guys, so just before the break, to remind you, we have, welcome back to our program today, everyone, which is kind of about miracles, and we're going to be talking about how,
miracles of clothing.
Yes, we are.
We do.